Bum-ba-da-dum. Howdy, welcome to BanjoBenClark.com. I am Banjo Ben, your host here on the site that teaches you how to play banjo and guitar. This week is Mandolin Week. We're going to learn that mandolin part to this beautiful old Fanny Crosby hymn called Blessed Assurance. I love that chorus. This is my story, this is my song. You know, that's my story, that's my song. I'm not ashamed of it. And I love this old song because not only did I grow up with it, but it gives me an opportunity to sing and to play about the one, Jesus Christ, who has given me a new story and a new song. If you're watching here on the website as a Gold Pick member, you can scroll down below. You have everything that you need. You've got your tabs, the rest of the video segments, as well as the rhythm tracks. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, you can come on over to Banjo Ben Clark and join. Let's jump right into the mandolin solo for Blessed Assurance. Now, the first thing that we need to address is maybe something that you picked up on whenever you watched the lesson preview there, that little performance, is that the time signature is a little different than maybe what you've heard before. Now, if you're astute enough, you might say, well, it sounds like a waltz, and it kind of does, but there's something else that's different about it too. You see, even waltzes are usually broken up into phrases of 4 measures each. So if you're counting by threes, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, then it will start another phrase. We have something different here. In this song, we have a time signature of 9/8. Well, 9/8. What does that mean? Well, the top number 9 is going to mean that we have 9 beats per measure. 9 beats per measure. We're used to counting to 3 or mainly 4, right? But the bottom number 8 means that an eighth note gets the beat. So if we have a typical measure in 9/8 time, there's going to be 9 beats in that measure. And if you were to fill it up with beats using eighth notes, you would have 9 eighth notes. So you don't count it 1 and 2 and 3 and like you normally would with eighth notes. You count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, another way to think about that, because that is a bit confusing, maybe to, like I often do, think about it as 3 waltz measures in a row. So 3, 4 measures in a row. We're used to thinking about that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But the difference, going back to what I said at the beginning of this segment, is that instead of having 4 measures in a row in a phrase, we have 3 measures in a row in a phrase. I hope you're keeping up with me. If not, it's no big deal. You can learn anyway. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we start another kind of phrase. So at times it's going to leave you wanting another measure, you almost think. Or maybe it comes in a measure too soon. That's okay. That's part of the beauty of what these 9/8 songs are all about. Let's go ahead and throw up the tab. We're going to come in at the end of measure 17. We have some pickup notes. We're in the key of C, and you notice that I have all of our pick strokes down there. So you can follow those if you'd like. I will tell you that we've got lots of cross picking here, and as we start that measure 18 in the verse, I'm going to do alternate picking, true alternate picking. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now you can do, the Jesse McReynolds style where, and I know lots of folks, including my sister, that would do this, where you have a downstroke and then do 2 upstrokes. But I like to do the alternate picking stroke. But I'll also tell you, as you get ready to play it, I played it with a lot of swing. I didn't play straight 8th notes or 16th notes in this instance. I swung it. Okay, and that takes a little bit of practice, especially whenever you're using the alternate pick strokes for this cross picking. We are in the key of C, and technically the measure starts there at that G7 chord at the end of measure 17. So I'm going to slide right into measure 18, get there with my middle finger, and do this little position here. Release for that F chord. So we're going to stay close to the melody, but what I want to encourage you to do is to accent the melody. You're probably not going to play this song if you don't know this song. So you want to accent what the melody is doing. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. As we move into measure 19, we've got a bunch of more backwards rolls. At the end of measure 19, those last 3 beats, we're going to do a little melodic run and then go into this C position, but we're over an A minor chord. And here we change up our roll pattern, don't we? We're going to do kind of a backwards and then a forwards. Now there's a lot of notes in these measures, aren't they? So you need to pay attention, and it's a little different counting because as you look at these 16th notes, like we start measure 20, you can almost count those like 1 and 2 and. And so we have 1, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 4, 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and. I just left it 9/8. I could have changed it to a waltz timing, but I wanted to try to be true to what Fanny ascribed to it. When we get to 21, we're going to do one of those good old-fashioned G licks. And what's so cool about that is that is a lick that we would normally play over a 4/4 song, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we're bringing in something that's familiar from a 4/4 time setting into a 9/8 time setting, and it's going to mess with your brain a little bit. That's okay. You're thinking, where did the beat go? But that's part of the fun there. So this whole line together sounds like this, and we'll do it much slower together later. That's beautiful stuff. As we move on, we'll go back into that backward roll. Again. Now we're going into measure 24. Think about what your melody is doing. Dum, bum, 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 bum. All of those notes are there. Dum, bum, 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 bum. Can you accent them? Listen. Oh. We've got a lot of movement going on with our left hand. That's okay, you just got to be quick. But you keep them moving in time. Play the whole line. When we land there measure 25, we just got a couple chord chops, then jump up top. Getting ready to go into the chorus. But before we do that, let's play the verse all the way through slowly together.